didn't really value routines until I became a mom, because I don't know what it is, but when you become a mom, it just seems like there's no time to do anything. It seems like you're on a time crunch for everything you have to do. So I have to prioritize certain things at certain parts of the day. Hey girl, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Trinity, and I am pretty much your big sister or little sister, because I know I got some older ladies watching me too. But I'm here to help you become your best self. I'm here to help you elevate physically, mentally, all that good stuff. So if you're into personal development and self-development type content, make sure you hit subscribe, because that's what we're all about over here. I saw a post on Threads the other day, and someone asked the question, what are some small life hacks that you swear by? And I instantly got excited, because that type of stuff makes me so like giddy inside. I love finding ways to simplify my life and make my life easier, especially being a mom, an entrepreneur, and a content creator. Like, I have a whole lot going on. There were a lot of good responses in the comments on that post, but the post itself inspired me to create a video on life hacks that I swear by. So I easily came up with a list of 10 small life hacks, like little things that you wouldn't think would make a big difference, but they actually do make a big difference. Y'all know I love giving y'all simple, practical tips, so that's what all of these are going to be. Make sure you stay to the end so that you can hear all 10, and without further ado, let's get right into it. The first little life hack that I swear by is maximizing your productivity when you have the energy. If you've watched any of my vlogs recently, you know that this is something I've been talking about a lot. We're mostly women here, so I'm sure everyone can relate to what I'm about to say. As women, we only have like 1 or 2 good weeks out of the month. Like 1 or 2 weeks where we feel very energized, motivated, just ready to take on the world. And those other weeks, we are like just sulking and stressed, suffering, going through it. Like, I used to think the only hard week in the month was the week that I was on my cycle, and no, there's more to it than that. If you know anything about cycle syncing, you know that there are 4 different phases of the whole menstrual cycle, and we only really thrive in 1, maybe 2 of them. If y'all want me to do a whole different video on cycle syncing, let me know, but that's not really the point I was trying to make. Because we really only have those 1 to 2 weeks where we feel ready to take on the world, ready to take on our tasks, ready to be productive, I've learned that it's so important to maximize my productivity during those times. If you've been watching my channel for a while, if you watch any of my vlogs, you know that I like to film my content on Mondays. That's my content day. Everyone who knows me knows that that's the day where I film whatever I need to film. Now, the problem with having that specific day each week is that there are some weeks out of the month where I have very, very, very low energy on Mondays. I have no motivation. I just want to sit and do absolutely nothing. Sometimes I'm sad for no reason. And I've learned that I can't just stick to Mondays. Like, ideally, if I had to pick a day of the week, it would be Monday. If I can't get any filming done any other day of the week, I would just do it on Monday. But now I try to get as much stuff done when I feel very high energy. This week in particular is one of those weeks where I'm like up here. I woke up this morning ready to get everything done. I felt like Superwoman when I woke up this morning. And because I have the energy, I'm not limiting myself to just filming 1 to 2 YouTube videos. I'm doing as many as I can. I'm doing as much short form content as I can. I'm trying to film whatever I can film today, and the rest of this week, whenever I have free time, I'm going to be filming. And I just realized that that's just what I have to do. Even if you're not a content creator, this can be applied to your life. When you have that surge of energy, girl, do your cleaning, do your organizing, take on big projects for work. Like, do all the things that you know you're not going to want to do when your energy is down here. Okay, my next tip is to make a to-do list for the next day at night. This has been helping me tremendously. Okay, not only do I do it every night, but sometimes at the beginning of every week, I'll make a reminder to-do list on my phone that has lists for each day of the week. But let's just focus on the daily to-do list. Every night before you go to sleep, you don't have to write it down on paper. You can put it in your phone. I put in everything that needs to get done the next day. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I literally have to write eat breakfast, eat lunch, eat dinner, because y'all know, if you're not new to my channel, your girl be struggling. Okay, I be having so much to do, I be skipping meals. I have to see it in my phone, like, girl, eat something. If I want to film, I have all my content ideas laid out. If I have to edit, I have that in there. If I need to drop Jax off by a certain time to get things done, I have that in there. If I have to pick him up, that day, I have that in there. Literally everything that needs to get done the next day, I put it on my to-do list. You don't want to go about your day just winging it. Not only do you not want to wing it, but you don't want to be doing things that don't have to be done the next day. When I wasn't utilizing to-do lists, I found myself doing a whole bunch of stuff that didn't even need to get done until days later. So definitely make sure you're making to-do lists the night before. The next life hack that I swear by: routines, routines, routines. I cannot stress this enough. Someone gave me this advice maybe like 2 to 3 years ago. They told me that I have a hard time being productive because I have no routines. I have no structure. All the successful people you know, they have systems in place. They have structure. They have routines. They have morning routines they follow. They have certain days where they do certain things, and then there are other days where they do other things. That's really the only way you can ensure that you will get everything done that needs to get done. I didn't really value routines until I became a mom, because I don't know what it is, but when you become a mom, it just seems like there's no time to do anything. It seems like you're on a time crunch for everything you have to do. So I have to prioritize certain things at certain parts of the day. I try to keep my morning and my night routines very simple. And then when it comes to cleaning routines, and I know somebody's probably like, cleaning routine? Yeah, that's important to me because I used to drive myself crazy trying to clean my whole entire apartment every single day. Like, it just never worked out. I stressed myself out. I was tired all the time, and a lot of the time, a lot of the cleaning wouldn't get done because I was being unrealistic. So now I have a day to clean my bathroom. I have a day to really deep clean the kitchen. I have a day where I clean my room and actually put laundry away, because I do laundry a couple times a week and it will sit on the couch for a little while. I have a day where I vacuum my whole entire apartment. Now I tidy up every day because I don't like going to sleep at night or leaving out in the morning with my apartment looking a mess. But you have to do everything on a routine or nothing will get done. You'll overwhelm yourself. This next life hack is for moms in particular, but it can apply to busy women in general. Prep the night before. This is something I don't be feeling like doing at night, but I thank myself for it every morning. I like to, most of the time, iron my son's uniform at night. Sometimes I'll do all of them for the week at the beginning of the week. Then I really be feeling like I'm ahead of the game. I like to prep his lunch and all his snacks the night before. I like to lay out my clothes for the next day the night before. Even if I'm just going to the gym, I will take my gym clothes out and put them right on the couch. I pack my lunch if I have to work the next day. I'm telling you, it'll save you so much. I'm telling you, it'll save you so much time and stress in the morning. You have to learn how to simplify your life, and you have to learn how to minimize your stress. Mornings used to be so stressful for me. I used to be running around like a chicken with his head cut off because I was trying to do so much stuff in so little time. Another life hack I swear by is breaking down your big bills into smaller bills, smaller payments. Rent is probably most people's biggest bill. I like to break that down. I ain't about to be giving nobody $1,800 at one time. Like, I don't know, the thought of that really stresses me out. So I break it down. You can break it in half, you can break it in 4 if you want. Whatever works for you, do that. But I definitely recommend trying to break it down in some kind of way. I think it just makes you feel better. Like, maybe it's a mind thing, just knowing that, like, paying 2 different payments of a smaller amount as opposed to paying one large lump sum at one time. For me, it's just a way to ensure that it gets paid in full on time. Because y'all know sometimes you'll have the money, but you'll be like, oh, it's not due until this day. And you'll start spending. And if you're an entrepreneur or a content creator, you know, money be coming from all different places at different times, and you know, the amount of money that you make is not guaranteed. So it's better to just pay it when you have it, even if you only have half of it. Take that half and pay it. That way you don't have to worry about coming up with the whole thing when it's time for the bills to actually be due. Another life hack I swear by: investing in quality over quantity. But one thing I've always struggled with is going in the store and just buying one thing and being okay with just getting one thing. Just walking out the store like, yeah, I got this nice one piece that I love. I struggle with that so bad because I always felt like if I have $500 to go shopping, I gotta get as much stuff as I can with this $500. And while that might sound nice, the problem with that is it makes you buy a bunch of stuff that you like, things that may not be of great quality because it's cheap, and you end up having to replace that stuff 6 months down the line, or maybe even a year down the line. This might sound silly, but I literally had to train myself to think Like, it's okay if you go in the store and find one thing that's $100 that you really, really like. You can walk out of the store with that one thing. You don't have to spend the whole $500 budget, and you don't have to get as much as you can with that $500. Buy things that you actually love. Buy things that have really good quality. Again, it might sound silly, but now whenever I go on a website and I see a piece that I really, really love, if I really, really love it and I have the money to get it, I'm going to get it. And I'm not going to be worried about, oh, it's just one item. Is it really worth it checking out just to get one thing? Yes, it is if you really, really love it. If it's quality, yes, it is worth it. I would much rather get 3 or 4 quality items for $500 than 20 cheap, low quality items that I'm not even gonna like 6 months from now. Okay, what are we on? Number 7, I believe. Always have meals you can easily make. When I was like a few months postpartum after having Jax, my friend Sierra introduced me to Trader Joe's. I was sleeping under a rock, okay? I don't know what I thought Trader Joe's was. Like, I had heard of it, but I didn't really know what they specialized in. I didn't know why everyone loved it so much. But I struggled a lot with eating around that time. I mean, I don't really be eating as much as I should now, but it was real bad around that time. Like, I lost so much weight. I was breastfeeding. I was barely eating. I was so stressed. Like, it was so bad. So bad. She was like, well, why aren't you eating? And I told her, I just feel like I don't have time to cook. I don't have the energy to cook. I don't even have the brain capacity to think of a meal and actually make it. I don't be feeling like going grocery shopping. Like, I just felt like I didn't have the brain capacity to do the things I used to do. And she was like, girl, go to Trader Joe's. I was like, well, what's at Trader Joe's? She started naming all these different meals that were there. She sent me a few recommendations, but I also looked up TikToks. But pretty much, they sell a lot of like frozen foods that you literally just put on the stove for a few minutes, or throw in the oven for a few minutes, or put in the air fryer for a few minutes, and that's it. Like, you might have to add a little seasoning, but a lot of the time you don't. Okay, the stuff is good, y'all. I always keep some Trader Joe's meals in my freezer for the days where I don't feel like cooking, but I also don't want to eat out. Like, I don't want to spend any extra money going to Chick-fil-A or Chipotle or wherever else. Now, a lot of people will tell you to keep, you know, rice, always keep some chicken, or keep different types of meat in your freezer, because those are simple meals, but that still requires real cooking. And to me, Trader Joe's meals don't really require real cooking, but the food is just as good as if you made it all from scratch. I love Trader Joe's vegetable fried rice. Make my little shrimp on the side, mix it all in, we good. Quick little 5 to 10 minute meal. I love their orange chicken. I throw the orange chicken in the air fryer, warm up the sauce, pour the sauce on top, make a little bit of jasmine rice. They have organic jasmine rice at Trader Joe's that you literally just put in the microwave for, I think, like 3 minutes. It's good, I'm telling you. Or you can put the orange chicken with the fried rice. I like the beef and broccoli. I like the short ribs. There's so much stuff in there. Just go on TikTok and look up Trader Joe's haul or Trader Joe's recommendations. I have a few on my TikTok page if y'all want to see all the stuff that I like. But yeah, keep you some easy, simple meals on deck. Another life hack, keep an emergency bag in your car with all your necessities. I did this a few months ago. I talked about it in one of my videos when I did it, but I have a bag in my car with hand lotion, a toothbrush, some mouthwash, a little mini toothpaste, a change of underwear, pads, some tampons, a travel size deodorant. What else is in there? Y'all, it's a whole lot of stuff, but that has helped me so much, because there are random days where I leave out and I forget to put on deodorant, and I'm like, oh shoot, and then I remember I got my bag in the trunk. I've talked about this a few times on my channel, but I used to be the type of girl who never had necessities. Like, all the things that women carry in their purses, I wasn't carrying. I was never prepared. Grown women always have a bag of surprises. Like, you know who to go to in a room when you need a pen, when you need some gum, when you need, I don't know, I'm trying to think of something random, a brush or a comb maybe. Like, older women, like mature grown women, always have all the things you could possibly need in their bag, and I wanted to be like that. So I started making sure I had all the things I randomly need at any given moment on me at all times. My next tip is meal prepping. Y'all know I have been on my meal prepping kick for a while now, because I told y'all I struggled with eating since I had Jax. Jax is 3 years old now, and it's not as much of a struggle now. It's not nearly as much of a struggle now for me to eat, but I do have to make it very simple and easy on myself. So I like to meal prep at the beginning of the week. Sometimes I do it on Saturdays if it's one of my off Saturdays where I don't have to do lashes. And I'm not even just talking about just making the food. I'm talking about putting them in separate containers for each day of the week. Because at first I was just cooking a lot of stuff at the beginning of the week, and I'd be lazy. I'm trying to tell you, I'd be having too much stuff going on. I don't be feeling like doing anything that's going to take a lot of energy. And to me, it took a whole lot of energy to take out all the sides and take out the meat and put it on the plate, warm it up. That took too much effort. So now it's so simple. I already have everything in a container. When it's time for me to eat lunch, pop it in the microwave, everything's already there. When it's time for me to eat dinner, pop it in the microwave, everything's already there. And last but not least, make a wish list. I have a wish list in my notes. I talk about this all the time on my channel. If you have an issue with impulse spending, this will help you so much. I realized I think it was like the end of last year that one of my biggest issues when it comes to like finances is that I am a big impulse spender. Whenever I feel stressed or just like under a lot of pressure, irritated, I like to self-soothe by buying stuff. I will go on Amazon so quick and buy something. I'll go on TikTok and look at people's Amazon favorites video just so that they can tell me what I should buy. Like, I don't even really be wanting things. I was getting irritated with myself because I will always randomly think of things that I had actually been wanting for a while. So it's kind of like I was wasting money because yes, I liked this thing that I saw on TikTok, but I could have spent that money on something I've been wanting for a while, months, maybe even a year. And I literally put all types of stuff on my wish list. Things that I want to buy for Jax, I have on there. I have clothing items that I want, even if it's something general like more church clothes or more heels, more boots, more sneakers. I'll put it on my wish list. That way I have something to go off of when I am in the mood to spend some money. But yeah, those are 10 life hacks that I swear by. If you have any that you want to share with us, leave it down below in the comments. And until next time, thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.